It was 5:15 in the morning. The bus stop at Maple Cross Road was little more than a bench and a sign surrounded by a cornfield lost in the mist. 17-year-old Maya sat on the edge, her hood pulled low, her hands cradled her belly, her eyes locked on the empty road. It had been 3 days since she was kicked out. "You've shamed this family," her mom had screamed after discovering she was pregnant. With just a backpack and $12, she was running to the next town. She had no plan, no one waiting for her, only shame, fear, and the feeling of a baby kicking inside. Then, a car slowed down and stopped. The window rolled down, revealing Mrs. Langley, a 74-year-old retired English teacher. She lived alone in the White House with blue shutters just across the field. "Are you waiting for the 5:30 bus?" she asked, her voice surprisingly gentle. Maya just nodded, preparing herself for the judgment she expected. But it never came. Instead, Mrs. Langley got out, opened her trunk, and pulled out a thick wool blanket. She walked over to Maya. "Mornings are cold," she said, draping it over Maya's shoulders. Even in May, Maya was frozen. There was no lecture, no disapproving stare at her belly, just warmth. "Thank you," she managed to whisper. Mrs. Langley sat down next to her. She didn't ask any questions. She just sat in silence, watching the sky begin to lighten. The quiet kindness was too much for Maya to bear. Finally, she broke down. "Everyone thinks I'm trash," she sobbed. Mrs. Langley looked at her, then gently touched her belly. "I think you're someone's whole world," she said softly, starting with hers. Tears streamed down Maya's face. No one had ever called the baby hers before. It was always a problem, a mistake, a shame. The bus finally rumbled to a stop. Maya stood up, still clutching the blanket. "Keep it," Mrs. Langley said, "and if you ever need a place where no one yells, my door is unlocked." Maya boarded the bus, the warmth of the blanket a stark contrast to the cold fear in her heart. But she didn't go to the next town. She got off at the very next stop and walked all the way back to the little white house with the blue shutters. Mrs. Langley was waiting on the porch, holding 2 steaming mugs of tea. That was 2 years ago. Today, Maya works at the local library. Her daughter, a bright-eyed girl named Lily, calls Mrs. Langley Nana. The old wool blanket, now a little frayed, is draped lovingly over Lily's crib. One evening, Maya found Mrs. Langley crying softly in her garden. "What's wrong?" Maya asked, worried. Mrs. Langley handed her a faded photograph. It showed a teenage girl, pregnant, standing all alone at a bus stop. "That was me," she whispered. "It was 1963. My parents sent me away. I had to give my baby up for adoption. I never even got to hold her." Maya's breath caught in her throat. You understand?" Mrs. Langley looked at her, tears in her eyes. "I didn't save you, Maya," she said. "You saved me. You let me be the woman I so desperately needed all those years ago." Now, every morning they sit on the porch together, 3 generations, watching the sunrise over Maple Cross. And whenever the bus passes by with young, scared faces looking out the window, Maya waves, because she knows that sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone isn't a solution. It's simply seeing their shame and choosing to wrap them in dignity anyway.